Hello you, welcome to Geekism. So, in the last episode we kind of spent a bit of time sort of picking up the pieces from having our little gap away, our little gap year. So everything has kind of filled out, let it run for a little while. We now have a fully staffed forester over here as well, so we're doing pretty good for wood. We've got 46 and that's only taken like a minute or two to build up as well. So well coverage seems pretty solid. Maybe like the odd little farm or whatever not covered, but overall kind of happy with the coverage of the well. We're going to get a windmill over here, right like that, and that will hopefully cover nearly all of these. Let's have a look. We'll have it so the we'll have it so the mill is that way around, and we need to build one more farm. For some reason we've missed that farm out. Oh, it's not fertile enough land. Okay, never mind. We'll leave that as is. So, takes wheat and charcoal and turns it into bread, stores the bread until it is eaten. That sounds cool. We also have a market that has the ability to workers to carry extra food and charcoal to the market to create easily access for the heads of household. So I think we're going to build this, and I think we're going to build it here on the back of the castle itself, because I just think it looks really nice there, it fits really well, and it sort of I just think it looks cool. So we're going to put that there. That's pretty much used up all the wood we had saved up, so we're going to have to hold on for a little while before we carry on building out our village. But like I say, we are going to build up a sort of second. I love how the clouds move away as you move over them. A second thing here, because we are now at 93 of 93 beds, so we're kind of full up for people. We also need to start working on a little bit more grain storage. So over here probably we're going to have something that resembles a small granary once we've got a little bit more wood. I may even look at building a third forester, because frankly it's not coming in quick enough. Just realised that's closed. We can open that again, and the 3 idle people can go and work in it, can't they? There we go. Because I've just realised that we've got not much stone coming in. So yeah, it's basically a case of managing what the amount of people you've got in compared to the amount of people who need stuff. Really, here we go. This is nearly finished. I want to see this one get finished because it looks great. And I just think that building there, I love it. It fills the actual voxels fill up as the stuff gets there that they need. There we go. We need more homes. It's telling me up here. I know that. I'm well aware. There we go. This is creating charcoal. Not really 100% sure what charcoal does. I think it's just something that houses like. There we go. Oh, that takes up 10 workers, but we'll see. That should be okay. And basically that stores here. And people can come and get it themselves. That's quite neat. I just liked how that building sat on the back of the town's the centre there. It's taking too long to store our harvest. I know this. That is why we need a small granary. We're going to place it here so it fits in perfectly with these few farms here. No one is available to work on that. Okay, so let's shut something down for a minute. Let's just close you down for just a minute, because we need people to build that, and also we need people to build the houses that we're going to build in a moment. So you're going to have to carry on like that. We'll have to leave the market unopened for now. So the road then, we're going to bring it here, I think, from here. So actually we could probably take the middle of the road from here. That could be pretty neat. Yeah, I think we'll do that. There we go. And then we'll take the middle of this road. There we go. So the quarry kind of sits in the middle of the road there. Here we've got a little bit of space. We could do a few more hovels here, I think, actually. Let's do a couple more of these. How much wood do they need? Oh, they are literally just 5 wood. Okay, so as these get built, we'll run out of wood. But overall, I think that's okay. And these, they should be pretty happy, these ones, because they've got amenities all around them. Let's get a couple more wood. There we go. Yeah, so they should be pretty happy with themselves. We've built these huge manors as well. Beds for 25 peasants, demands charcoal, yields more tax revenue, and has 4 heads of household. Heads of household, they're the ones who run around getting stuff. You can let me put that down? Yeah, even though we've not got enough wood. All right, I'll let you do it. I'm not gonna moan. We could do with a little one square that sits there that doesn't really need access to anything. We could build a Lord Levy, guardian of the forest and all its creatures. Don't really know what that does. Well-wise we're covered. We don't need a random well. Bridges and use are there useless. Food. We could just stick like a farm in there, like a back garden. Why don't we do that? Because the soil is fertile enough, so we'll do that, and then we'll, as soon as we can, we'll put another hovel there, and that can be somebody's back garden. I know it really isn't, but as far as we're concerned, it is. There we go. And I love the fact that these are all stuck in and close together. That is exactly how I imagine them to be. Once they're built, or they are built, we now have beds for 108 people, which means we can open this back up again, and that will increase people's happiness. And then hopefully, as people turn up, they'll come and stay, and they'll come to live. What do our advisors saying? Peasants are unhappy. They've got 97 happiness. I know I haven't built a church, but come on. 97 happiness, that's pretty good going. Let's have a look at the church out of interest. I'd like to see how big it is. No, we need loads of resources for that. Alright, well I'll tell you what, I'm going to keep a little eye on it. I'll just let it run. You've got nothing to say. I'll just let it run for a little minute. And why haven't they got access to charcoal? There's charcoal here. Maybe it's just not producing very much of the stuff, I guess. We've grown. Oh, we've got over 100 people. We are now a burgeoning town. Sorry, 100 souls. Look at you for leadership. Oh god, that sounds a bit morbid, doesn't it? Okay, cool. So now we have beds for 108. That's going to go up to a few more in a minute. 113. There we go. So we've got space for a few more people before we start really working towards our next major town. Food's coming in, going straight into the market. We've got loads of food. We're doing pretty good. We're pretty prosperous right now. Let's build a little bit more of our castle walls here and here. Oh, is that it? Oh, I keep running out of wood. I do think that maybe once we get a few more people come in and people are less idle, I think another forester probably isn't going to go amiss, to be honest. This here can be more residential areas. I think we maybe a church or something in there to keep people happy. How far does the tavern cover out? So the tavern doesn't cover that far. Maybe another tavern here could do pretty well. Okay, lots to think about. I'm going to let it run for a bit. Let's get this wood and stone built up a little before we decide what we're going to do. Okay, we have a dragon attack. Looks like it's coming in and breathing fire, but luckily our arrow seems to be getting to where he's hanging out. Looks like that's probably going to stop now. And I'm guessing that one over there isn't going to pick him up. Yeah, unfortunately, if only we had our archery tower back over here. But he's kind of just hanging out. Doesn't actually look like he's doing anything. At least he's either glitched or like maybe he doesn't. Maybe sometimes he just comes and has a little look around and we're just killing him for no particular reason. Yeah, it looks like that where he hovers there, that would be the point where he starts to breathe fire. But he seems pretty mellow about it. These guys are just having a little farm. Ah, there we go. So he's actually decided to breathe fire this time. And I imagine the fire he breathes will just wipe something out. I can't imagine. Oh no, they're handling it. If we view him, do we just... There we go. A few arrows getting him. Yeah. Okay, fire's put out over there. What's he going to burn this time? An orchard. Is he going to do it though? That's the thing. Doesn't actually seem like... Yeah, he decided to do it this time. Okay, what I think we need is our... we've been saving up the wood, but we're going to need to get our archery towers back operational. We actually have nobody idle. Oh, I don't know what's happened to the camera. Oh, it's just because where my mouse was. Okay, good. We need to turn something off for a minute. Let's just knock one of these quarries off. Just until we've got a few people. Hopefully that should get people building our archery tower. Where's the dragon gone? Have you already cleared off? Yeah, alright, well thanks for coming. Thanks for just blowing some stuff up for no reason. Really appreciate that. Let's have a look. Peasants are unhappy. I can imagine they are unhappy. They've just had a dragon come and try and burn them to death. Khaleesi riding on the back. Right. Looks like we've recovered pretty well. Yeah, the attacks don't seem to cause that much grief, really. It's mostly just, as long as you've got wells in place, you're kind of going to get away with it. Which, I'm guessing probably shouldn't be how it works, but yeah, that kind of seems like how it's going at the moment. Let's just finish off this little bit of castle here. Just look, there we go. Just to kind of finish that area off there. Get our archery tower back operational, because that run there, we could well have killed that dragon, I think, if we'd have got this tower in place, because he would have had arrows on him pretty much the entire time he was here. I think, I mean, you know, I'm not quite sure, but I think that's what would have happened. I also want to look at building a pier. Where was that? There. 25 and 52. Man, stuff requires stuff, doesn't it? I think we should probably look at building another forestry over here. That could be useful to us. Where are you? Industry. Forester. Too close to an existing one. Okay, well this could just be... This could just be like Forester Islands. So let's have a look. How many up here do we have to go? So as that you're not in the way. Okay, that's too far from roads. Okay, it doesn't actually tell me, annoyingly. Alright, we'll leave it for there. We'll leave it for now. Let's do one over here. Must be by usable trees. Oh yeah, you need trees to start it off, don't you? We could come down this way, I guess, into this little island. Yeah, let's do that. I don't mind the foresters kind of being out of the town a little. Don't really know why, but I feel like that's acceptable. Yeah, if we sort of bring this down like that. There we go. And then the forest will sit nicely in that little gap. Yeah, that looks cool. I mean, I know the trees will get knocked out and around as they get built, but that way or that way? That way, I think. There we go. What are you telling me? We need more. We have more food than we can store. That's great. Don't worry about it. I'd rather have too much food and let the rats eat some. I have no problem with rats being. They were probably here before we were. Right, let's have a look. How are we doing over here? Good stuff. Whoops. Like I said, I was going to leave it running and just get some stone and stuff. We now have 7 people idle, so we can open this and let 4 come in, which gives us 4 people idle. Okay, somebody must have just moved in as we did that. Alright, well let's carry on. I just want to see this pier, if we can actually build on it. Allows building on water, because we're going to have to do a little row of 5 here, or maybe even 6 or 7, to actually get that to work. It's going to take an awful lot of stone and an awful lot of wood. We now have 3 foresters nearly, so let's get a quarry going on this bit of stone here. And basically just really abuse the nature. Just rip everything down. I want wood. I want. I do want wood. I want wood. I want stone. I want the lot. I want it all ripped down. So we have that. We still haven't built the Chamber of War. I'm hoping that it'll be like a little 2x2 thing. It looks like it might even be 3x3. We've also got a great hall that we haven't built. I'd like all those around here. We may end up moving that market, because I would like basically the castle to be everything there. So we'll see how we get on. Yeah, again, I think I'll just leave it running for a couple of minutes and see if we get enough to build anything interesting before we sign off. Alright, we'll let it run for a little bit. Built a few more hovels here and there as well. I was just having a look at maybe what to build next. We've got a hospital that kills people from the plague, or heals people from the plague, sorry. We've got these piers as well, but they don't half use a lot of stuff considering what they are, so we'll probably not worry about those for a little while. One thing that did jump out at me is the church. We can build the church, and it has a really great coverage area, so we can pretty much build it like up here somewhere, and it kind of covers all of the houses we've already got, and probably most of the new houses we're going to build as well. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to put him here, and maybe even setting back just one. No, there's not really anything we can put in front of it, so I think we'll go there with our church. People should be pretty happy about that. And regarding the town then, you know, there are other things. We could have another tavern, I guess, to kind of cover, but it doesn't really cover very well there. Another town centre, although that's a bit weird that we've got one right there. We probably build that completely separate. There's lots of different things we could build. We could even just, like, you know, do some churches, some buildings opposite the church, some houses. So we could put some of these in here, like so as well. So kind of leaves our options open, that does, which is good. The other thing we've got now is a chamber of war we could squeeze in, which would probably fit quite nicely there, I think. And the other one that goes with the castle is the Great Hall. Can't quite do that yet. We still haven't got... We've just used some of the stone on the church. So what does the Chamber of War do? Points army generals, unlocks the ballista, the barracks, and the moat. I might do that. I think it increases things in general. Use armaments and gold to train villages in soldiers. Soldiers wait here until a general recruits them. So that might be useful to start working on to help cut down on the whole Viking area. There's also got blacksmith tools into ornaments. There's quite a lot to do in this game, isn't there? That's a repairing thing. We could build an iron mine, which will funnel into the blacksmith. Let's do that. Let's build the iron mine. Where is the? There's the iron. So we could build that there, and then we could have a road going up to it from there. Oops, sorry, there. That's good. And then we could build the blacksmith right next to it. Oh, blacksmith's pretty big. Okay, so we couldn't build the blacksmith right next to it. We could build it there. Right, it's a bit close to the old churchy there. What about down here? That kind of makes more sense. Next to the granary. Yeah, okay, so we'll do the blacksmith there. And then the iron from the iron mine will actually get to the blacksmith pretty easily. And we're pushing our bed situation again. In fact, we already are full. Already are full of beds. So with our last bit of wood and stone that we've got, let's just build a few more houses. Cottages. Use 25, so we only be able to, we might just be able to do 2 of those. I'm thinking here and here might be quite nice next to the library. Bit of space at the back for maybe a couple of farms. Yeah, I think as soon as we've got another 4 wood, which should happen any second, because we've got like 5. We've got like 4 out of 4 forestry places now, I think, or 3 of them, haven't we? So even still, I think we need more of them because. There we go. Wood comes in slowly. We'll build you there as well. That'll be nice there. And then we can put some farms at the back here as well, I think. Again, kind of just make it look like they're the gardens, really. That works quite nicely there, I think. It's got a little farm that people work towards. Let's just do... oops. Food. Oh, we don't even have 3 wood for another farm. There we go. We'll put them there, and I think people can get around the back of those there. Okay, that's pretty good. So yeah, I think we'll probably leave it there. Church is up and running. Let's see how that works. It has 2 workers. What's this? Oops. Tithe. The church thanks you for your donation. Oh, we just gave them 10 gold, did we? Yeah, we did. What does that do? No idea. Maybe it just increases the happiness of people. Maybe that's what it does. Maybe it just increases the happiness of people. Looks like storage of food is becoming a bit of an issue again. So maybe a 3rd granary should probably be done in the next one. But look at this. We're getting somewhere now. We're looking like a right little bustling village, aren't we? Forestry over that way and over this way. Like I say, I think what we might look at doing eventually is doing it a bit more realistically and moving the farms outside of the village. Although the farms seem to be the one thing that the bad guys go after the most. So maybe having them indoors and near wells and stuff is maybe a little bit more useful. But normally what you would have is you would have a big city that's just full of houses basically and other amenities around surrounded by a wall. and then all the farms and the forestry areas and the quarries and everything will be a little bit further out. So yeah, maybe even second playthrough we can go for something a little bit more sort of realistic. We didn't build the Chamber of War in the end, did we? We decided against it. Shall we finish off with the Chamber of War? Let's finish off with the Chamber of War. It just fits quite nicely there, doesn't it? That's all I'm thinking. Okay, cool. Everything else, I think we're okay. We've got a few beds to spare. These cottages are in. Nobody's in them yet, but they should be pretty happy. They should have pretty much everything covered there, or a good amount of stuff covered. Oh, we haven't got access to a well there. That could be a problem. So let's put a well in one of these ones here. Like I say, the quarry is a little bit sort of stuck in the middle, but let's put the well. Oh, you might just miss out, might you? Let's have a look. Oh no, you're just covered. So we'll have a little well next to the church there. Well. That will hopefully work out quite nicely there. We can now build a moat, which I assume is just a way of doing water across. So we could look at doing a moat. Again, lots of things. Now I know what they do and when we get them and how they work. I would probably lay this out very differently, but so far, oh, look at that for a screenshot. In fact, that is going to be this episode's screenshot, I think, although now we'll get the Chamber of War in this episode. Let's do that instead. There we go. That could be last episode's screenshot, because we're actually filming a few at a time, and I completely forgot to get one last time. Look at me multitasking. Like I say, I've got a bit of an afternoon off from the little one, so I'm trying to get as much filmed as I can. Church is operational, and this should be operational. There's 8 people idle, so there's plenty of people bringing stuff to it. Look, still waiting on wood and stone. They had a lot of stone on them. Love the fact that this food is getting stored up in the little market. That looks great. Mostly wood we're waiting on. So where's the wood coming from? I suppose the problem is if it's coming from over here, it's taking an awful long time to get to us, isn't it? We have 150 people in our little village now, or burgeoning town, I guess. Here we go. This is getting nearly done. We need a little bit more wood. Let's hold on just 1 second for it. The Chamber of War is complete, and if you click it, you can do something. Where is it? There we go. We can train a new hero. So let's do that. Let's see what that does. It costs us 100 gold, but to be honest with you, we've got a fair bit of gold. I think we might have to even put taxation up a little because it started to drop it down a little. We did have a fair bit of gold. I'm assuming stuff we're building uses it. Go on, let's go to 2 gold. I'm sorry if you hate me, but needs must. Here we go. We're training a guy. What happens when this gets full? I really want to find out because we've got Vikings invading, so this hero could come in handy a lot. Go on, finish up. There we go. Oh, look at this guy. Right click to move. Move to the barracks and click recruits to assign troops. Ah, okay. So Vikings are coming in this way, so let's get you over here. See if you do anything. Or are we just going to kill you? Our archers are doing their worst over here. Managing to take a few of them out. What does he do? Let's have a look. He just stands there. Oh no, he's having a go. Oh, look at him go. Good work, buddy. I think you're on fire, though. Let's have a look. Yep, you're on fire. Okay, well, you're not, but the ground is. So let's move out of the way of the ground. Where's all the Vikings gone? Here, there's this guy over here. Come and get him. Please. Come and attack. Attack. Can we actually attack, or... Yeah, he's dead. Ah, I think we might have... Oh no, there's another guy up here. I was going to say... Oh no, he's gone down as well. Oh, look at that. We've actually defeated the Viking invasion that time. That's pretty neat. Okay, well, I'm going to leave you over here because seems to be the point that they seem to be coming up to most of the times. Awesome, look at that, Viking invasion done. All thanks to my Chamber of War. Thank you so much for watching, hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give us a like. It really does help out the channel, and if you're not already, don't forget to subscribe. Any thoughts, queries, or suggestions, pop it down in the comments. If you fancy chat, you can find me on Twitter. I'm at JontySparrow, and please join in with our geekism community over on our Discord server. You can find the link in the description. It'd be great to see you there. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.